If you're a fan of DC Comics and The Flash, you're going to want to check out these two books in my collection. Let's take a look. All right, what I have here is The Flash number 151 and The Flash number 145. The author on these books is Gardner Fox. Gardner Fox I know from the Mystery in Space comics once Adam Strange took over and became like the main character there. It was written by Gardner Fox, which I think he did a great job on. And the artist on these books is an artist I talk about all the time that I really like from the Silver Age, and that is Carmine Infantino. So what's cool about these books to me is that they both feature a really cool villain, or kind of a wacky villain in this one, right? So this one is featuring the Weather Wizard, which is totally a Silver Age wacky villain. He has basically a wand that allows him to control the weather. The Weather Wizard is Mark Martin, and he's the brother of Clyde Martin. And Clyde Martin is a scientist who basically developed this technology to be able to control the weather, and he steals the technology for himself and becomes a villain. But what's really cool to me, in particular about this book, is the character right here. This is the Shade. So he starts off in comics as a villain. He's basically a thief who can manipulate shadows. But what's really cool is that this character gets developed later in the 90s into basically like, I don't know if it's like an anti-hero, but he's like a morally ambiguous mentor to a character which I love, which is Jack Knight's Starman. So I actually have two Starman compendiums that I love. Here's one of them. This is Jack Knight as Starman. He is the son of Ted Knight, the original Starman. And in this series, which is so great, and I cannot recommend this more if you want to read something great from the 90s, some good comic books. In this series, Shade is actually kind of a good guy. He is a good guy. Like I said, he's morally ambiguous though, because he'll kill someone or he'll do the dirty deed that needs to be done for the good of everyone else. But he's just a very interesting character, and he plays a really important role in that Starman series that I love. Like I said, there's two compendiums. Not only can he control shadows, but he's also immortal. So he's been around for a long time. He's crossed the path of famous writers and famous people from the past. And it's just, his character gets deeper and more well developed in the Starman series, that I already liked. So I just think this is really cool to have an early appearance of the Shade in a Flash comic. And yeah, altogether, I think these are both really cool books. This one because it has this, amazing wacky villain, the Weather Wizard, classic Silver Age. And this one because, this is the early beginnings of a villain / hero that, I think is really cool. So yeah, I'm just super happy to have both these books in my collection.